Hello, Wojtek. Good evening to you, or afternoon to you, I suppose. It has been a minute. How's it going? All of those have reloaded into bad quests. Unfortunate. Yeah, Avatar is, like, next Tuesday for Arena. This weekend for... what's the word? This weekend for... paper cards. And this costs 10k? Yeah. Alright. Attack with creatures. Take out creatures. Red and white spells. You finally closed the chapter on that past clan and Clash of Clans. Did it go a lot smoother than it did before that, or because it seemed quite tumultuous the first portion of the saga that I heard. I forgot I did build this deck. Is it good? Not really. Let's play a ranked game. Why not? Cheat big dumb things into play when we while we chat and chill. Has that been most of your weekend, or anything else fun, cool, or exciting happen? Ooh, this is not keepable. You've infiltrated the old clan. This is do nothing for several turns, but at least I have both of my colors. Redistributed the clan war leader bonuses for those who actually did work. Kicked out the leader's main bootlicker and left. So it escalated to a climax before it calmed down. Got it. It went up, up, and then came crashing back down. I guess it probably came gliding down based off of that. Not many things have been happening over here. I did some work on a side project and started setting up some things that I need to do. But I still need to do quite a bit. Not much is happening over here. Don't worry, you've got time. Rockin' Skrylands, let's go. They took Gitrog. I can't block any of these guys, so. Also had your first clan war in the new clan. It was 35v35 and you maxed it, so you're pretty well off. I would imagine any clan that like is new will have super accurate not accurate super active members. Hey, that's my guy. I wanted that guy. Sounds good. Talk to you later. Sure, why not? And we won't station this time. stop them from drawing 2 cards. Or a card, at least. There's no better time to do this, I think. I don't think there's any better time to do that. Ah. Where did you hit? I pillaged the bog and a bunch of lands. Let's see. Can I afford to take this hit with the reef? Not really. Yeah, I don't think I can afford to take a 6 life hit. 6 life draw 2 is a rough metric. No attacks. End turn. Oh, if the first spyglass gets bigger, though, this is going to be rough. How do you play this game? So, this is Magic the Gathering. There are a bunch of different cards. Interesting. Sorry, they've given me options, and I don't know what to do with them. This is fine. So, there's a bunch of various card types, the most important of which are lands, which are these at the bottom here. They are your resources to cast your cards that have the amounts at the top of the card. So, like, this costs any one color plus a green. It's very similar to the Plants vs. Card games. Loses all abilities until its next turn. So I need to bring in Primal Odin then. And pop the Beastbinder. Plants vs. Zombies times plus Inscription. It is less like Inscription because Inscription is a deck builder. Where as you play the game, you add cards to your deck. This is like... Alright, well. This is less like that because you make the entire deck before you play any of your games, and those are all that you use. Ooh, I almost died. So if I block here... I give them a Kaido and that's fine. Yeah, I go to 1. Surely that's not an issue. And they draw 4, by the way. That is also a thing. Surely they'll find 1 counter spell or removal spell, right? Oh, they've got removal for Kona. So my current deck is... The entire intent of it was to get around the high cost requirements of my cards. This costs 8. By having this creature that only costs 4 in play and tapping it to put anything I want that's a permanent into play. There is no way I can win, so... Yep, pass turn. I don't know the Plants vs. Zombies card game. Yeah, sure, you got it. Excuse me. What else would this be similar to? There's a very... Let's give you the rundown. Let's back up. Step into my office of card design. So there are a lot of different formats. Those are the rules that you play with this. Think of how Yu-Gi-Oh!, if you are even slightly familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh!, has the old format with all of the original cards, and the current format with 97 pages of a single card. The format that I was just playing is Standard, which means you can only use cards from the last 3 years of Magic, as shown in the filter list. The last 3 years, scroll down, these are the only sets that you would have access to. You would not have access to all of these sets, and it will only increase. There are 9 technically different card types. Creature, Planeswalker, Instant, Sorcery, Enchantment, Artifact, Battle, and Land. Commanders isn't relevant. You're not familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh! At all? Okay, you might have heard Blue Eyes White Dragon or Pot of Greed. Essentially, all of your cards have costs, and all of your cards have types. Instants can be played at any point in time. All of the others have to be wait until your turn. So, let's say I have a land, then I can cast this 1-drop. If I have a 2-drop in hand, I can't cast that until my next turn when I play another land. Since this is an instant, I could also cast this on an opponent's turn to pop one of their creatures, enchantments, or planeswalkers. Man, all of the decks that I brew subvert what I am trying to do in Magic. Interesting. If I go to my standard deck, this is meant to cheat out things, this is meant to cheat out things, this is meant to cheat out things. Fascinating. So let's play a fair deck real quick. Basically, the goal is to deny your opponents a victory and bring yourself there. You can do that through aggro, which is you play a bunch of cards that try to attack fast and win before they can try to do their thing. Or control, which is what this is, where it's like, hey, I'm gonna pop your thing, I'm gonna tap your thing. This thing kills whatever it touches. This hand is bad, though, because I only have 1 color. This hand is better. On the play, I think I put back Flood Pits? Yeah, we'll put back this card. I'll be proactive. Or I'll be reactive. But essentially you get 1 resource to put down per turn. And then you can use these lands to do anything you want to, as long as it's within your capabilities. So this guy made a thing that lets me look at the top card of my library. It was a land, so it goes directly into my hand. My goal is to hit them until that 20 becomes a 0, and not let my 20 become a 0. Okay. Hi, Bill. That's Bill. Bill is pretty good. So I will play this, this is really similar to Inscription then, except the game doesn't revolve around items. Inscription is a solid game. I really enjoyed Inscription. And if you enjoy... Since I enjoy Magic the Gathering, I enjoyed Inscription greatly. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you got it. I'm gonna blow up the board on my turn. You don't want to attack with Bill, I'll kill it. Is it worth getting the removal out of their hands? Not particularly. Oh, they can't even get the removal out of their hands right now. That's fine. I don't think they'll block. Nope. And then next turn I can play this card, which lets them not play on my turn. Hi Tifa, how's it going? Let's see. If they keep that up, 2, 4, 8, 16. Hitting the opponent with Death Touch doesn't immediately bring their health to 0. You're pretty sure it did in Inscription, and in a multiplayer game that's pretty strong. Correct. Too strong, potentially. Hold on, wait. 2, 4, 8, 16. 16 is not 18. I think we get to live. Plus this is a 2-4, that's fine. I am taking a risk here at 18 life. Death Touch only destroys creatures that it deals damage to. Any amount of damage to a source with Death Touch deals to a creature is enough to destroy it. Not to a player. Okay. And they, while this looks like a great block for me, they have a creature with damage that will be overflowed. So a creature's power is the left number, its toughness is the right number. Usually, if a creature blocks a creature, nothing else will happen. However, since this one has trample, any damage dealt over 4 will go to me. I will simply pop their guy. So now, depending on what you're playing against, some cards are much better and some cards are much worse. No, I don't think I want you to have that. For example, this card is really, really good if your opponent is trying to do things on your turn. My opponent is not trying to do things on my turn, unfortunately. But that's fine. I think they have a way to tap to give whatever creature they cast safeness. Oh wait, but they can't do it on... Okay, that's good. Since they can't cast spells on my turn, this is a good creature to have. Because even if they have a spell that they can cast at any time, they can't on my turn. It does not look like they can. So this deck's idea of whittling down their resources and then slowly achieving victory is slowly happening. There is also, the reason I play this on computer is because I play this in paper. And there's a 4-player format called Commander. That is pretty much, you just get 3 of your buddies and sit down and have a good time. It is a little bit more nuanced than that, but that's essentially what it boils down to. Alright, if they don't kill me here, I think we win. They found a land, delightful for them. And a little bit too slow. So there are 3 different playstyles you can immediately come up with. Chip damage, overbuffing 1 card, and using a lot of spells to deny counters. That is pretty close to all there is. You have described, I believe, 2 different styles of control. And 1 style of aggro. There is also mid-range, which is kind of, hey, I'm going to, I'm going to use a little bit more control, like a little bit more cards to get rid of the beatdown cards, like Tifa. However, I'm not going to put in as many cards to... Oh, I probably could have won the game there if I, used this. Whoops. I was not paying attention to life. Yeah, sure. So like I have, let me show you some of my other decks after this, because those are what I would consider mid-range. And those are truly interesting things. Now if they can kill me out of here because of my own blunder, that's impressive, but I don't believe they can. Unless I don't block here like a buffoon. But I will be blocking here. It did gain trample. There doesn't seem to be much in turning around in terms of turning the tide. That is where wipes come in, my friend. So very early on, they had Bill, this Hydra that would have definitely killed me. 14? They got really close. See, they almost turned it around right there. Good game. That comes in the form of board wipes. Let me show you one of my favorite decks, though, since you talk about turning the tide specifically. Back here, this is what turns the tide. 4 mana. So right around when things get really, really bad against aggro decks, destroy all creatures. Let me show you the deck that I have been jamming and been loving playing. Which, this is a mid-range deck. Its goal is to cast... let's say 4 spells on turn 4. There's a nuclear bomb card? Yes, there are several in the format. Some of them are better than others. And there are a few in different colors as well. Each of the colors does different things in the game. Blue is more of your, like, I want to draw cards and control things and do stuff like that. Red is your turn up the heat card. Green is your go big. Black is tricky, death, manipulation, taxes, etc., etc. This deck revolves around this card, though. During your turn, spells you cast cost 1 generic less to cast for each creature with power 4 or greater. We might as well. A board wipe of the instant type would just be a panic button? Yes. Usually there is some restriction, like it costs a lot more. But yes. They're just gonna remove my guy, that makes sense. I'm playing against another huge piece against the go wide strategy, which is, hey, let's make all of your creatures enter tapped. So even if they could attack immediately, they can't. Because when you attack, you have to tap it and declare it as an attacker, and this stops that. Quantum Riddler. That is good for us. And we will put it on the side. So not only does this make my creatures enter tapped, it also makes whenever any creature enters under my control, they'll gain a life too. Yeah, you got it. I'm imagining in their colors they are running counter spells and things that get rid of my creatures, etc., etc. Does the chick on the side and the rock on the left do anything? No, they are your companions. This is my, this is Dastardly Dwayne. It was an April Fool's gift. That can go bin, that can go bin. I don't care about either of those. And if you use a counterspell on this, that is absolutely fine. Here comes a No More Lies, I would assume. 3 steps ahead. Even better, honestly. Joust through. 3 damage to target attacking or blocking creature, you gain 1 life. Fascinating. That's a 4/6. I have 5 mana. They're looking at my guy. It's a guy. It does things. If they cast the Riddler here, that's good for... No, not that one. If they cast the other Riddler here, that would have been good for us. Surely they're gonna run out of counter spells, right? These are just cosmetics. That is all they are. Okay. I don't think they have a board wipe. I don't think they have a board wipe. No, they don't, but they're looking for an answer. So blue is all about, yeah, I'm gonna counter your stuff. I'm also gonna dig for what I'm looking for. They found a board wipe. Luckily for me, though... Yeah, that's fine. I found exactly what I needed to not lose there. Let's say human. This refills my hand pretty well. Actually, this is really good. I will discard a card. Did they find an answer? Because they didn't have one last time. It's looking like it might be a no. No, they hardcast Riddler. Alright, we are now looking for one of these guys. That also is pretty good. That also is pretty good. I will give them a card to get rid of this thing. Did not matter for what I was trying to do. We can... We'll just attack. They just keep overhealing? Yes, it is annoying. Bounce off is good. I don't know if I will need it. Yeah, why not? I aim to draw a card anyway. Discard a card, this card can go. This enters tapped always now. So my goal as a mid-range deck is to keep having things that the control deck needs to answer. Yeah, the dog doesn't matter. The dog is fine. Alright, now we give them an uncounterable spell. A pretty good bird. When this enters or attacks, I get to exile cards equal to the big creatures I have. And anything I don't cast that turn will hurt them quite a bit. Oh, I should have played Bounce Off. I should have shocked in this breeding pool, basically. Yeah, that's fine, sure. I will drop this other starting town. So yeah, their goal is to not let people do anything, and I guess maybe hit with a big flyer? I'm not seeing a win con right now yet. Use another spell, please. And the other interesting thing about blue is they have tricks. So Bounce Off can be used on their creatures or my creatures. So let's say I wanted to get rid of a creature so I could swing this for 8 damage on the ground. Bounce off their thing. Let's say they're going to blow up my guy. I would like this back in my hand instead of the graveyard, please. Thank you. I want to get a game where I show off what the deck is intended to do, quote-unquote. Because it can get out of hand. But usually, people don't let that happen. This is a bad hand. This is a terrible hand. So you do have the option to redraw your hand, but you start with 1 fewer cards. This is going to have to be fine. And we just hope they don't play the mono white card. Hello. Okay. Surely this will be fine. Terror can go, because I won't be able to get to it. This can also go, because I intend to do this next turn. And I really want to hit land drops. So this is an aggro deck. They are trying to kill me as fast as possible. They probably will do it. Okay. I don't have to worry about my spells getting countered, so I think that can go bin. This card is getting banned soon. Haste means it can attack whenever it comes down. When it's dealt damage, it deals that much damage to any other target. If a player is dealt damage this way, they can't gain life for the rest of the game. I'm sure this will be fine. What's the worst that could happen? I think we just need gas now. See, this is me on the back foot, because mono red go burr. Oh, it's not mono red. I forgot they have white cards that they can cast. And so they cast a spell to ping my own their own guy, so I can't gain life the rest of the game. There is no spell I can cast that keeps me alive here. Good game. This card has proven to be too strong, and will be banned out of the format very shortly. But I do like it. I just don't run it in this deck because I don't need to. They had Boros Charm? Okay. So they didn't even need to ping their own guy, they just needed to attack. The other aspect of Standard is right now I am only playing best of one, which means I only play one game against that player, and then that's it. Which in that format, you usually run into the most aggressive decks, the beatdown decks like that, the mono red, etc., etc. This is slow, but it's fine. Like, I can bounce a thing if something becomes problematic. You play this for chip damage, use it to tank your opponent. They have a setup card. Yeah, the card also deals damage normally? Yeah. Yeah. It's a free attack no matter what, essentially. Let's stay the course. I'm sure this will be fine. What's the worst that could happen? I can't do anything on their turn. I see this and I just assume Ouroboros gonna hit the field eventually. I don't know anything about what they're doing though yet. Like, this card is not a card that gives away what their game plan is. Basically survive. Got it. They are 100% a go wide. Which means I need to get rid of Voice of Victory out of everybody. Blue, cast you. I need to drop Voice of Victory because that's so much extra damage that'll happen next turn. Screaming Nemesis literally has no counter unless you have a wall of cards set up beforehand. Incorrect. Counterspell. Alright, I know what they're aiming for, at least. Hi, second one. How do you do? I will take this 4, because I have a more powerful field than they do. And will continue to do so. Let me play this. Beautiful. Warp. Haste, trample. I don't think they'll block. I don't think they'll triple block. And if they do, that's more than fine. Hold on. Let me do math. 7, 11, 15, 19, 23? They'd only have to block one of these guys? Let's instead then secure lethal. They will do that. Wow. Unfortunately for them, it's already too late, but... Alright, end step. This will leave play. I will put into play a 5-drop or less, which is this cool dragon. Which will put 8 damage on the board on my next end step. Do you have an answer, opponent? That's good. But that's not going to win the game. This is a Planeswalker. Planeswalkers have really, really busted abilities. This one says, hey, if you would make a token, like anything these guys make, you make twice of them instead. I'll hit them with the good game, they know what's up. Cast my spells, do my things. It doesn't matter what, because this will come down, and I will swing for lethal. That's what this deck is trying to do. That's what this deck is trying to do. Yes, in control decks, you will often see Planeswalkers, because once per turn, you can activate their abilities. They have a number at the bottom. You can activate minus abilities if you have that number or more. Or you can activate plus or 0 abilities at any time. Well, not at any time. You can activate those once per turn, even just because they don't ever go below 0. So her +1 creates 2 because of her first ability, Bodies. Her 0 puts a counter on each creature you control. They gain flying until your next turn, which means they can't be blocked unless a creature has flying as well, or reach, which is this little arrow symbol. So this is a finisher card for token decks. Or if you need to, it's -3, pops a creature with mana value 3 or greater. Like this one they needed to get rid of, but it was too late. I have a particular soft spot for Planeswalkers. I like them quite a bit. Ooh, we have 7... We almost have enough for a powered cube, which would have been great, but no. You're surviving up until... Yeah, that deck, let me piece together that deck real quick. Just based off of what I know. Paw Patch. They run like 4 of these. Voice of Vic. They run probably 3 or 4 of these. Bro? Is that the... No. There is a Bunny Rabbit. That is Mythic Rare. That is their finisher that I was... Yeah, War and War Leader. So read... Offspring is an interesting mechanic, by the way. The card costs 1 at the top, as you can see. It has an ability called Offspring, where if you pay... Can I click on this to see it bigger? If you pay the Offspring cost, which in this case, if you pay 3 total mana to cast this card, it will enter and make a baby, a 1/1 version that's a copy of it. This card over here is a 4-drop with Offspring that has Offspring too. If you pay 6 mana total, it'll make a baby when it enters. They both have the exact same abilities. Whenever you attack, pick one. Make a rabbit that's tapped and attacking, or attacking creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. This means with 2 of them, you can either make 2 tokens a turn, or give everything attacking +2/+2 until end of turn. Pair this with this card, which cares about them. It gives them flying, or doubles the tokens they generate. Things can get out of hand very quickly. There's probably other cards in the deck, but these are what it boils down to is, hey, make it hard to target my things. You can't cast spells on my turn, and I make tokens. And then we kill you. Easy. Discard changes. I'm not trying to build that deck. I was going somewhere... Planeswalkers. Planeswalkers are silly. Let me just go to Brawl to show off all the Planeswalkers. There are some that I am particularly partial to. Yes, that is an aggro deck, an aggro tokens deck. It aims to create value faster than your opponents can get rid of it and hope that they don't have a board wipe. I feel like you would like depriving people of their resources based on the little I know about you. This card speaks to me. Say hi to Lily. Lily says, this costs 3. So on turn 3 or 2, depending on if you have the right stuff, you can play this. Its +1 is everybody discards a card, you and your opponents. Its -2 says target player gets rid of a creature. And its -6 says separate all permanents target player controls into 2 piles. They sacrifice all permanents in the pile of their choice. This includes lands. So you can put all of their lands into a pile and everything else. Or you can put half of their lands in the colors that they need and everything else. It's, brutal. But there's a lot of different planeswalkers with various effects similar to this. What would be an aggro planeswalker? Oh, this is a funny planeswalker. This planeswalker exists not because of any particular ability, but just because it cheats things into play. It is not played in Standard. It is played in older formats, and only very rarely. Because its -2 says, exile a creature you control, then reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature with a larger cost. Put that card into play. So what you do with this, and we're not going to do Commander, actually. We're going to change this format. We'll say Pioneer. Luca. Was that your name? It might have been. Yes, it was. So what you do is run one of my other cards that I like a lot. Oh, is it banned in this form? Oh wait, no, creature. Agent of Treachery. You run 4 of these in a deck. And you run something like... This would be a Jeskai deck, so it would be 3 colors, red, white, and blue. Birth of... Yes, but... you reveal cards until you hit a creature. If you're playing something, your opponents probably already know what you're doing the minute it's like turn 3 or 4 and you haven't played any single actual creature cards. For example, this card says, hey, I am an enchantment, I am not a creature. In your deck, I do not get put into play. But on turn 1 I play this, I get a land. On the turn 2 that I play this, I'll make a 0/4 wall token. It is a creature. So their entire deck is, it creates tokens from non-creature sources. So, like, Carrot Cake would be in here, potentially. It probably wouldn't, but, like, stuff like that. And your only creatures are high-end payoff cards, like, when this creature enters, gain control of target permanent. That can be lands. And you try to just get this out as fast as possible. What is Creativity? I think is the name of the... Not collected. Indomitable Creativity? Yeah. Destroy X target artifacts or creatures. For each permanent destroyed this way, its controller reveals cards until an artifact or creature is revealed and puts that into play. So there's a bunch of different weird effects like these where it's like, I'm gonna cheat a bunch of different things into play. Like I said, I just can't seem to play this game fairly, and that's fine. But this client has a Brawl format, or something similar to Commander that I mentioned, except it's not multiplayer, it's just 1v1. Where you can pick a Commander, or 2 in this case, because they introduced partners that you can use. And you build a 100-card deck with only 1 copy of any kind of card, except for your lands. So you can't have 2 Ruskos. Whoops. You can only include 1 of these, as opposed to the other formats where you can include up to 4 copies. This is very much so a control deck, though. It is, I want to get rid of all of your things, and slowly accrue value so I can cast my big dumb stuff. Like this card, which is banned in regular Commander. Whenever you cast a spell, untap all of your non-land permanents. That's a card that exists. Let's run some Brawl, actually. So there's Control, or Mid-Range, or Mid-Range, or Colorless Control. If any of those sound interesting to you, let me know. But I'm gonna run a game with my dinosaur deck real quick. Because Atali is silly. This is a red-green deck because the commander has those colors in its card. And it cares about making as much mana as quickly as possible. I have to race to 6 in this case. I will take a... Will I take a mulligan? This is fine. It might be too slow, though. My commander costs 7. When Atali enters the battlefield, each player exiles cards until they hit a non-land card. I can cast any number of spells from among the non-land cards exiled this way, for free. For free. And so I have a bunch of cards that are like, hey, I would like to, make copies of my commander. I would like to discard a card and make a token copy of it, or just cast a spell that makes a copy of it. I want to cast all of their spells and none of my spells. It's fine. How do you feel, opponent? Well, if you're gonna get rid of it anyway, I might as well. Sack a mountain. Mountain Forest. Play land, play relic, and chill. Because I don't need to cast demand answers. 4, 5. Ooh. Alright, they will be casting their commander next turn. Which is slightly problematic. But I'm sure it'll be fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they can cast their commander and hold up counter magic? Alright, this is where things can go very poorly. They did not go poorly. I got some pretty good things, actually. Now I would like to copy my commander, by getting rid of this random card. I'll keep the token copy, sure. I would like to take an extra turn. I will bounce this thing and cast this. Yeah. There is a thing called the Legend Rule, though, which means that I can't have two of the same named legendary creature in play. Instead, this is just all about me getting free value. So I'm going to cast my commander again. I'm going to copy my commander. I'm going to keep the one that can attack this turn. Put it back in the command zone. I'm going to cast Electro Duplicate on my copied commander. You will tap this one. And this one, I guess. I'll keep the one that can attack. I'll cast Discover the Formula. I'll attack with these guys. I'll not attack with you. Next to damage. And then I forgot I play a land for turn. That seems useful. We'll do that. We will pass the turn and maybe lose still. We might still lose. Discard a card. This can go. When they attack, they get to exile the top 4 cards of their library and cast any number of them until end of turn for free. Those were not great cards for the situation. Yeah. So, because I was playing against the deck that also likes to cheat things into play, they had a lot of good stuff that I really like. Like make a free 8/8. Or get rid of your best card. It was pretty good. What are some other interesting things, though? Let's not run a tally again. Let's run... Let's run mono... Let's run no color. This is a very strong commander, because it's a planeswalker. And it's a colorless planeswalker with, abilities, let's say. Colorless is interesting because in Magic, colorless either is overcosted and is not worth what it does, or the most absurd broken things possible. I get a scry, I have a 2-drop. What is your butt? Enters or attacks sack thing. Put a creature out. Yep, okay. Explain the name. Ugin? Eye of Storms, or my name? I have to put that on the bottom, unfortunately. It costs 6. So this is Ugin. He costs 7. He says, when you cast this spell, exile up to 1 target permanent that's 1 or more colors. Which means exile, get rid of it for good. Send it to the banish it. Get it out of here. It also says, when you cast a colorless spell, when this is in play, exile up to 1 permanent that's 1 or more colors. What do you do? Cursed Wombat. Okay. I feel horrible for making this. When I cast my commander, you'll see. That's the name of it, is, I feel horrible for making this deck, is the name of the deck. Fascinating. I would like to draw a card. I found my land. Yeah. Yep. You have pieced together it perfectly. They have to be colored spells, though. Hi, doggo. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can cast it next turn. Unless they kill the bird. Okay. I'm not going to block. You're good. You got it. I did not get the thing I wanted. Activate abilities of artifacts can't be activated. Let's draw a card. Alright, we can cast our commander next turn. No matter what happens, unless they get rid of our artifacts. They're stuck on 2, by the way, which is really unfortunate for them. Oh, they made it to 3. That's good for them. A spell that has X in its mana cost can be... You can spend any amount of mana to cast that spell, by the way. It just enters... This card enters with X additional +1/+1 counters on it. X can be 0. Putina? Oh, they found another land. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome back, Zatina. I would like to cast my commander. I would like to add 3 mana. I would like to cast this spell. I would like to cast this. We can pay 2 because we have a cost reducer. Your move. Oh, that's pretty good. This is how I end the game, actually. Hey, buddy. Yep. Yeah, that's about how this game... That's about how games with this deck go. I cast Commander. Commander sticks. Cast spells. They scoop. That's why I feel bad for making the deck sometimes. But it's really good for if I want to do dailies that aren't cast non-color spells. Is it possible to get rid of an opponent's entire deck this way, or is there a limit? There's a few things. Notably, where'd you go? You're way down here, aren't you? Lands are colorless. Even if they're basic lands, they don't have a color. They produce a color, but they are inherently colorless as per rules of the game. Is there... I wonder if there's the meme card that explains it. I don't think so. No, okay. So you can never get rid of their lands using this commander. Also, a lot of people run artifacts that tap for mana to make mana. And if there's anything that has hexproof, Let me go to a different color, actually. Sure, why not? Anything that has hexproof, so like, let's say Shalai, for example. You planeswalkers you control and other creatures besides this creature have hexproof. Hexproof means that they can't be the target of spells or abilities from opponents. So with that commander, if anything had hexproof, or if their creatures gained hexproof and indestructible until end of turn, I couldn't target them with the cast ability. Now let's look up Exiles All, because there are a few that are very funny. What you were thinking of is a different archetype, and say hello to Doomsday Excruciator. It costs black, 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 black. When this creature enters, if it was cast, each player exiles all but the bottom 6 cards of their deck face down. At the beginning of your upkeep, draw a card. This is the one that puts everyone on a 6-turn clock, and they go first. Which, if people aren't prepared for it, can definitely end games out of nowhere. Especially commanders, since a lot of commanders are geared towards drawing cards with their abilities, not all of them, those specifically get punished really bad. Because if you draw a card, you just delete both of your entire decks, notably. If they aren't prepared for it, if they go to draw and don't have a card in their deck, they lose the game. This seems fine. I've got a 2-drop, a good 3-drop, a good I want to mess with your hand card. It is up there in one of my favorite things to do. On one hand, I can play my commander. Yeah, we'll play my commander. Welcome to Rev. The mono black card, the 6-drop card, is in this deck, but this says, whenever you attack, a creature gains Death Touch. This game has so many weird cards, weird interactions. Alright. Cool, I guess. I will cast Gix. I will give this random creature Death Touch. Sure, why not? This card, when it deals damage to somebody, steals the top card of their deck. I would like to pay a life and draw a card. Let's see what you're working with. I would like to give you a card, opponent. Out of the generosity of my heart. I would like a Marari's Wake, actually. That seems pretty cool. Primeval Herald. There's a lot of very weird things that can happen. That's a pretty good card for you to get. Can't block yet, though. Oh wait, I can just nuke their whole board. Let's see. I can nuke their board, or... let's see, 5, 6, 7, I'm thinking, sorry, opponent. Let's drop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you can play that next turn. When it enters or dies, exile a thing. Exile target permanent. Oh. I have to take that then. It really doesn't matter. They will block my commander. Hello, friend. Welcome back. We are familiar with this card. Alright, they are going to get in that thing that exiles their thing for free, by the way. Oh, they're gonna get it back? No, they're gonna get back a different thing. Okay, that's fine. You're gonna hit the... Yep. I'm gonna make a bit of mana in my next turn. Do I care more about the 4 life or the mana? My turn. Teehee. I forgot that is a dies trigger too. That's very funny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So next turn they can both cast their commander and bring back this guy again. Hold on. I go to 3, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright. I will cast this spell. I will cast... What spell? This one? 2, 5... Destroy all non-legendary creatures. Doesn't matter, I'm gonna choose both, I guess, but... That's fine with me. Oh, they still have the 5. Whoops. I guess I counted on them not having a land, huh? Alright, they're gonna get back the thing that exiles my things. Yep. Is there anything I can do to stop this from being bad? Nah. I'm gonna lose this game. Well... Wait, I'm just gonna lose, actually. I'm actually gonna lose. They're gonna make me draw my deck. That is a thing that can happen. There's Elish Norn. Maybe not. Maybe there's a chance. Did they find, like... What did they find? Oh, they found a clone of Atali. They have exiled all but the bottom card of their deck, by the way. I forgot about the trample and haste part. That is relevant. Whoops. So their commander has a bunch of different effects. We are very dead. Right. I had their commander deck at one point, built in paper. I forgot to go over Kenrith's abilities. This is, the king from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Not exactly, but kind of. Cost 5. The ability I was worried about cost 5. Put a creature from a graveyard onto the battlefield under its owner's control. There's also pay 4, target player draws a card. Pay 3, target player gains 5 life. Pay 2, put a counter on a target creature. I also forgot about pay 1. All creatures gain trample and haste until end of turn. So despite them having one card in deck, they did win. They did win. Out of nowhere, out of left field. So, deleting someone's entire deck does not necessarily mean you win the game. But that is what I love about Commander. A lot of crazy things can happen out of nowhere. Let me bring up some of my other commanders that I have in paper that I like. Let's see. View my decks. What did this deck jump up to after? It's $53. Okay. There's that one, there's this one, and then there's this one. This is a hand I like. Some cards in this game have very strange abilities, like, hey, if this is in your opening hand when you begin the game, you can put it into play. I will do that. This gives a creature +1/+1, double strike, and trample. All really good things for what my commander does. Leovold. Each opponent can't draw more than one card. Okay. I will show you some of the more interesting commanders that have come out recently, too. I'll give you a 10-turn clock opponent. Better watch out. Actually, that becomes a 5-turn clock with 3 mana. Nothing better than pure RNG, that's what I'm saying. I don't think you want to block that. I probably will be sacrificing it, though. So, let me introduce you to another mechanic. Poison counters. Some cards in Magic have text that says Infect or Toxic. A player dealt damage by these creatures also get poison counters. A player with 10 poison counters loses the game. So, instead of counting to 25 or 20 or whatever the life total is in a game, you just gotta count to 10. Rack Sage. Oh, you're absolutely gonna blow up the axe. Yup, that makes sense. Whoops, I made a mistake. That's fine. That's on me. I should have cast that spell before this commander hit, because I can only draw one card. Pay 3 life. Pop you. Might be losing that game just because of that, because I didn't draw a third land. Yeah, sure. You got it. So they're playing control. Yeah, I would have had that mana drop earlier. That's fine. Karavek can stay on... I can go bottom. I would imagine we see a Leavold again. Muldrotha. I see. That is not a good thing. What would be incredible here would be Land Grave Titan. That's really bad for us. Uh-huh. Well, I can draw a card and lose 2 life. That sounds great. Each opponent can't draw more than 1 card each turn. Whenever you or a permanent you control become the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, you can draw a card. So I can slow them down attack-wise for a turn. But, it's looking rough. Oh, it's looking rough. I cannot slow them down for a turn. I need specifically Damnation to make it out of this alive. But there is a top deck. A top deck can save me. It is not that top deck. That top deck did not save me. I will give you a card, opponent. Maybe you have a Damnation. Maybe you have a Damnation, opponent. You did draw a card. Wow, thank you. So close. Blood on the Snow is not quite Damnation. Good game. So this is pure control. It feels like wading through mud. Blow up your own land, make a 3/3 swing for lethal. I like it. I like it. I wonder what would have happened if I had cast that draw spell at the correct point in time. But we're never gonna know. I forgot, after this deck after this game I'm going to show off some other commanders. This hand is really bad because you see 2 lands, but one says, when this land enters, sacrifice 2 lands. Okay. I don't do anything, but I don't mind that. What are you working with? The Eternity Elevator? I do like Breach. You gonna go after this match? Fair enough. What actually saves me here, though? I think I need this elevator, actually. Play you, hopefully find a land, and we're sitting pretty good. Bats? Bats is not good here. Not when I'm trying to progress my game plan. Five. We see a plunderer here, I would assume. Avarice. Oh. Maybe I should have hit bats. Oh. I didn't think they would have done that. Interesting. Five, six, so they can't do this yet. That's a good spell. So they cast a free 5-drop every end step, 5 or less. And they put power, or Urza's Tower, the Urza's lands into their deck. I like it. Let's make things difficult for him. I'm not going to give him 7 mana over the course of 2 turns. Breach the multiverse. Everybody mill 10. You get back the 2 best creatures. Not a lot of good creatures here, huh? Orcus Bowmaster and Tiny Bones? I mean, I guess. Since I'm going to be taking the damage anyway from Orcish Bowmaster, I'm going to station these. Cruelty of Gix. I won't be drawing anymore, but I appreciate you, opponent. We'll go to step 1. We'll cast this too, actually. Why not? Surgical Extraction to exile that card. So they got something they like. Got it. Massacre Worm, huh? I'll let you keep your worm. We will station with nothing. With nothing? Creatures your opponent controls -2/-2. We'll station both. No attacks. I should have taken the worm, but that's fine. Whenever another permanent you control enters, everybody mills a card. So they put a card from top of deck into bin. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, yep, okay. Fine with me. Massacre Girl. If it was the other Massacre Girl, we might have died. Alright, I could get any card I want. Any one card. I don't have anything that exiles everything, though. How big is Massacre Worm? A 6/5. Okay. I might Toxic, actually, here. Yeah, we're gonna grab Toxic Deluge, which seems bad, and probably is bad. But I'm sure it'll be fine. Because we're gonna pay 5 life. I'm gonna lose 4 more. Play you, cast you. Make some guys. Draw a card, lose a life. I've made 19 mana, by the way. End the turn. What is their game plan? That's a pretty good game plan. Oh, they mill my cards. Right. Oh, that's bad. Do they cast Damnation, though? I don't think they do. Oh, they might now. It is a 9/9 that if a card goes into my graveyard, instead it goes into exile under their commander. And they can pay life to do things with it for free. Dang good card for them to get. Alright, what is the best creature that I can get? From any graveyard. I guess Lily is not bad, actually. Target creature gets +X/+X from -X/-X. Alright, never mind. Huh. Strapping on Trample would be pretty good. It flies, by the way, which means other creatures can't block it unless they have flying. I'll cast Blood Money. So, it already has built-in evasion, that's called. Go to 2 life, please. Your move. Now, they do have 9 cards in hand to my 0, so I am on the back foot still. But they only have 1 life. They have 1 turn to do this. Well, maybe. Maybe not. They now can gain 3 life per turn. And they can exile their Phyrexian Arena if they would like to. Nope, these are all colorless, opponent. I appreciate you, though. They will exile it, because they are in a pretty good position. Oh, that would have been solid. Like I said, we are now on the back foot just based on the sheer amount of cards they have in their hand. Yeah, they do have a lot of colorless cards, don't they? Emperor of Bones, Sign in Blood. I'm thinking this game, the longer it goes on, the more losable it is. I will add 22 black mana, please. Thank you, opponent. That's pretty bad. Return a creature at instant speed. Yeah, return target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. Suspect it. If they do transform this, they did not. Okay. That's bad. Well done. Alright, I'm dead. Good game. Yes, at a certain point in the game, you are just capable of putting field-ending combos into play in 1 turn. They also have this, which reduces the cost of their black spells. This, which mills the cards in my deck and lets them cast stuff for life. Like, they brought that back resoundingly. Maybe the card No, Toxic was the play there. Because of Massacre Worm and everything else that they had going on. I'm trying to think of if there was a different route that I could have taken, and I don't know if there was. That was just very well done on their part. But if you are skedaddling on out of here, I appreciate hanging out with you for a little bit. Teaching you some of the silly, absurd, busted things that this game has to offer, and they will only do more silly, busted, and absurd things in the future. I will keep grinding some ranked, methinks. Trying to pop off on turn 3. Take it easy, Wojtek. Oh, I get to play against Sleepy Boy. Bad hand. Send back. Would have been better if one of these was a Llanowar Elves. You did ask. I did ask. Slick shot. How likely am I to die? Nova Hellkite, okay. So I have a turn. I forgot that has haste. So I like literally have a turn then, huh? Play you. Cast you. Add green. Play you. Draw a card. Play you. Gain some life. Yeah. I like that. I'm not dead. On board. But man, is it close. Show me shock on Nemesis? Show me shock on Outblazer. Okay. 6, huh? And that flies and has haste and deals 1 damage to a creature I control. Thinking. So we'll play you? No. Play you. Play you. We're alive, but not really. It's close. Oh, hello. 3/6. Interesting. Nice. I'll play you. I'll play you. I'll play you. That is what this deck is intending to do. With 20 damage on standby. Man, I love this deck. It's so silly. We got about an hour. Let's see if we can get platinum. It is probably not likely to happen. But we'll see. We'll see. Let me see. Arena Direct. When is this deck going to get affected? We'll say. Effective date November 10th. So it should be today? They go first. This is like, this covers most of my bases, but not the speed basis. Show me, I don't know, something. Oh, they have the tap guy. Show me an attempt at Kaito. That is not an attempt at Kaito. What is better here for me in the long run? Probably suspending Trailblazer. Suspending Trailblazer is probably the better option. A second one is even better. Hi, cat. Ooh, they get both the triggers. Uh, 2, 6, 7. We'll add green. We'll cast you. We'll cast you. We'll add red. We'll play you. We'll cast you. We'll cast you. P the T. Your move. A board wipe would be pretty good for you here. Do you have it? Okay. Any other things you would like to do, opponent? Okay. They're not giving me hard options at all. I will gladly block these. Will I? Hold on. Given my board state, yeah. Because I only have a thing that can be reduced by 2. I'll play you. I'll shock in you. I'll play you. What's the next course of action? Cast Dragonhawk, cast Cactus, go for Vin? How much mana value do you have in your bin? Definitely enough to steal all of a creature if you deadly cover up. They do not deadly cover up. You. Hi. Threaten. Lethal. Swing for lethal. Good game. Look at all of these resources. Alright, when are these cards banned in Arena? Arena Powered Cube ends in a week. Okay. When do these bans happen? Because I keep seeing these Screaming Nemesises. Let's see. Is there anything else I want to do or not want to do? Someone predicted 4 cards would get banned, and of those 4, 3 of them did. Good for them. This is a bad hand. This is a really bad hand, but it's funny. Better. Put back Doggo Splasho? Let's play dangerously. Let's put back a land. I'm sure it'll be fine, right? I'm sure it'll be fine. Surely my Llanowar Elves will last the entire turn. Nothing will go wrong, right? Hi, Sheltered by Ghosts. How are you? Let's do this. We'll take a turn off. I am very much so on the back foot. Maybe I should create this deck for best of 3. Are they gonna shelter it? Oh, no. Okay. I was gonna say, they're not gonna shelter it again, right? You go to 12. Let's put you in the bin. Put you over there. Do I just perish? For 8. Show me Lightning Helix. Show me Lightning Helix. Okay, that's not Lightning Helix. Another one of those, though. Okay. Play you. Cast you. That will be unhelpful. We just have to live, though. We're fighting to live, not for anything else. But they almost assuredly have game, right? If they don't, they can still draw... Discard 2, draw 2, find their shock spell or whatever. But there's no way they didn't keep lethal. Good game. There she blows. Okay. Do I jam? Do I have a sideboard ready? Do I have a sideboard for this deck? Where'd you go? You're down here. Yes. And there is an Ugin in the sideboard. I forgot about that. Alright, let's run it. Fine match. Best of 3. Standard ranked. Rock this deck. I'm interested the types of decks we'll find in this. I'll take the play, yes please. Yeah. Play 2. Hello. Are they life gain? Tokens. Okay. Show me... we'll add red, I guess. Why not? Green. Doesn't really matter. Alright, what is next on the docket? We are a little low on lands, I think. Hold on. 3, not 4. Board wipe incoming? Unsurprising. Oof. Everything looked so well, and then now it's all crumbling to pieces. They draw their card for their carrot cake. That's fine. I think we abrade it. As much as I'd like to play elves, they probably have removal in hand for it. Could it be? Is it possible? Green. Set up the scry. Right? Find another land, Dragonhawk can bin. Cosmogrand Part 2. Seam Rip. Okay. Sure. Make bodies. Buff everything. Hit my Maduin. Send in some damage. You know, an amount. There's not really anything that we can do to stabilize right now, is there? Because that doesn't give me what I need. I'm sure they have 2 spells, which means 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. What have I showed them? Okay. We'll do this and pass. No attacks. There's no way they don't have 2 spells, though. So Voice of Victory is 1, and then Cosmogrand for sure is also another one. But we're just dead, right? Okay. Okay. What have we seen? Caretaker's Talents, their draw spell source. Split Up, we need to watch out for. So we can bring in Denials. Ugin's really our only way to get rid of big dumbs. Bounce off doesn't seem bad. Trim a... They're probably bringing in the Authority of Consuls, so we'll trim you. Do I jam negates? Are what they are doing enough of... No, they're mostly they can win just by casting creatures. Is Cosmogrand a 4-drop? No, so Disdainful's not useful. Do we trim our Abrades then? That feels weird. But I'll try it. Like, it hits the... I guess it hits voice. But I think we're just racing. We can consider bringing Abrades back in the Game 3 if there is one, but I'll be on the play. I'll try it. I don't know how good this actually is, though. We have Surveils to line up red source. We'll see, we'll see. Tapped. Esper Origins. Those are lands. We like lands. That's fine. Do this. Caretaker's Talent draws them a card. I like that synergy. Alright. We're gonna take some damage, but that's fine. I think that's within reason here. Shock in. Play you. Add red. Cast you. Cast Roaming Throne. We should have played the dog first. Dog into Roaming Throne gives us 3 draws instead of 2. Alright, there's no reason not to block everything here. I sense a split up coming. Oh. Okay. Interesting. Let's put Dragonhawk in. Because if they have split up, that'll be good for us. Yep. Game 3. That's about how that goes. That's still fine, right? Maybe we do trim a Terror just based on... Yeah, we'll trim a Terror, bring in the Dragonhawk. Just based on how explosive Dragonhawk can be, we really want to bring it. Oh, man. Oh, man. They're going first. This is going to be a bit bigger of a fight. Yep. I'm glad. It's fine either way, I guess, right? We play Sure Shot. That's probably good for us. Sure Shot gets us a card draw that we probably need desperately, right? Let's see. If we do this, add blue. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. We risk losing out huge to a, that risks getting blown out to a split up, so we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna do this. Okay. And with Sure Shot up, then we can start playing back foot a little bit. Running out our Outcasters and the like. Yeah, sure, that's fine. Play you, add blue. Or green? I guess it doesn't matter either way. Because there's red on the backside. Play you, add green. Go for Esper Origins. Yeah, that's fine. No attacks. Playing to the split up. Block here. Day of Judgment. That gives us a bit of time. Let's see how they feel about a Battle Crier. Cosmogrand into removal spell? No. Interesting. What is there? I guess that is just threatening, isn't it? You add, doesn't matter, we'll say blue. You, oh, we're just dead. Right? I could see that being the case. Bin both of you for sure. Reveal the top. It is a Cerberus. Play Cerberus. Play you. Hardcast? Why not? No attacks. This is where Authority of the Consuls really hurts. We're a Voice of Victory away from lethal. Or Cosmic Grand Zenith away from lethal, rather. They have 9 different ways to win this. And they're not super in danger of lethal on the crackback either. But the hardcast of Causal, I think, is best for us. Yep. Good game. Ah, right. How could I have forgotten about the Mobilize 4 Niblox? Yeah, mono white tokens. Mono white tokens will do that. I deranked? Maybe it's not happening. Maybe it's not in the cards for today. Is there any merit to me going Kona? Nah. We'll just keep on keeping on. We got this. We got this. Blaze of Glory, or at least try. That's a hand. It does things. Namely puts us to 16 on turn 2. Show me mono red aggro. Yep. Not mono... maybe mono red. Probably mono red. Let's be honest. Gitu Lava Runner. Gitu Lava Runner. So they're just 2/2s, essentially, in one more spell? Ah, they're Boros. Okay. So you add green, I guess. Name human. How dead am I? How dead we talking? That seems close. But close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, my friend. Will this get us there? Yes. Trust. Draw. Free cast. Seven to face. Dragonhawk. Face. Cast you? Yeah, okay. They had Lightning Helix to try to be cheeky and stay alive, I think. What have we seen? Lots of little guys. Boros Charm, Burst Lightning. Negates a decent life swing. Spectral Denial. Splash Portal out. Trim a Llanowar Elves. Bring in a Negate. Bring in a Spectral. Trim a... Esper Origins. Go up another Denial. Let's just try bringing in the 2 counter spells. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. Surely it'll go well. Surely. Bad hand. Fine hand. Bottom. The Shockland? They went to 5. I expect our elves to die. Oh. Oh. They went to 1. They just need 1 more land. This is looking bad for them. Yep. They kept a bunch of 2-drops. Oh, that's unfortunate. Would I have gone to 4 there? Maybe. I mean, I guess it depends on how your deck is constructed, right? Like, if you know you run, like, 18 or 20 lands, you gotta take more lands over not lands. But they might have just had, like, 1 land mulligan, 1 land mulligan. Alright, I've got 1 land again, I have to. Or, like, 1/0/1. Nope. Terrible. Terrible hand. It's fine. It's fine. Wait, this is kind of insane. We'll drop 1 of them, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? They're still mulliganing, I think? Oh, they don't even know what we're playing, right? I'm assuming that means there's some kind of combo deck. I'm tempted to bring in Ghost Vacuum, but I'll bring in Spectral Denial instead. Trim a Terror. Trim a Bounce Off. And trim Splash Portal. Splash Portal, we'll trim a Braid. I think that's what they're up to. We'll see. We can do better. Not. Sure. Alright, game. I guess we should... My bad. I shouldn't mulligan a perfectly keepable hand, I suppose. We'll drop the Verge, and... You? Hope and Pray? Show me a blue-black land. Should have kept my first hand, I guess. It's fine. It's fine. I didn't clock what this was at all. Hi, Sacred Foundry. What? What are they? Sure. Sure. What is this? Is this mice? Modified. Modified. Fascinating. Play you, get our sure shot, draw a card at least. Add green, I guess. No attacks. I have a feeling I'm going to have to be on the back foot. Interesting. What a weird lead. Huh. Do I see my favorite, I'm glad I didn't bring in the, Ghost Vacuum. Do I see my favorite, enchantment? No, I do not. I'll block here. You get Burst Lightning. Okay. I imagine I see that on my face? Yep. Hold on. This into Cerberus keeps us alive. How alive? We'll find out. They do have the Bivouac, too, to swing. And they could also have removal. Okay. Sure. Double block. I'd imagine Cerberus lives with one. Into Burst Lightning Cerberus or something. Interesting. Ooh. I like that. I like that a lot. Free anti-causal vestige. A lot of lands gone off the top. Play you tapped. That's fine. We're on the back foot still. And they can blow up my Teamer Battlecrier if they wanted to. No, thank you. I would like to name Dragon, please. Alright, they need exactly a board wipe, but I don't know if their deck runs those. You have to remove Dragonhawk for sure. That is the worst card. Cast Vestige. By the power vestige in me. Yeah, okay. What did they mulligan to on that first turn? I would have thought that they were like a combo play for sure. Huh. Yeah, I didn't clock that correctly at all. Wild. Alright, I think that is where we will stop it today, though. I think I will... Tomorrow or the day after that, I will probably run another game so I can run a Powered Cube draft, and I think even if I win 2 games, I'll have enough coins to run it on the last day that it's up next Monday. So I think we'll do that. Okay. But we'll be back with Wednesday to finish out more of the... I think we've got the main quests of Legends ZA next, right? So we'll do that. Get close to finishing that up. Kirby Air Riders is like 10 days away. We might run... When we do Rain World, we'll probably do that on like a Wednesday or a Friday, and Inverse do Kirby on a Friday or a Wednesday. But I am thinking about doing those for sure. But I'll catch you Wednesday. We're gonna work towards the main quest of Pokemon ZA, the post-game. Until then, take care of yourselves. And as always, remember to tell the people you care about that you love them. I will see you Wednesday. Bye.